Okay, so we have a metal alloy is 25% copper. Another metal alloy is 50% copper. How much of each should be used to make 500 grams of an alloy that is 45% copper? So we're going to let M represent the 25% copper, and we're going to let C represent the 50% copper. So we need to make our equations. And so we're going to take the first equation that we have is going to be the total of the 25% copper plus the total of the 50% copper is supposed to equal 500 grams. The second one we have is going to be 25%, so it'll be 0.25 M plus 0.5 C equals 225. How we get 225 is by taking 500, or 45% of 500, because that's what we want. So 45% of 200, 500 is 225. So now that we have these two equations, we want to isolate one of them or we want to isolate one equation to get, isolate one variable to get an equation so that you can plug it in. Anyways, so we're going to take the first one, and isolate M. So M plus C equals 500 is our our original equation. So then we're going to do M plus C minus C equals 500 minus C. Therefore, M equals 500 minus C. That is 1B. So then we're going to sub 1B into our second equation, which was 0.25 plus 0.5 C equals 225. So we're going to take 0.25 M plus 0.5 C equals 225. So we're going to do 0.25, and since we isolated M here, M equals 500 minus C, we're going to put that here by M, so it would be 500 minus C plus 0.5 C equals 225. Then we're going to solve this. So we're going to do, 0.25 times 500 is 125. 0.25 times negative C is negative 0.25 C. Then we're going to add plus 0.5 C equals 225. So we have 0.25 C and 0.5 C. So we're going to collect our variables, which is 125 and 0.25 plus 0.5, or negative 0.25 plus 0.5 C equals positive 0.25 C equals 225. Then we're going to subtract 125 from both sides so we can isolate C from both sides, or on one side. So we're going to take this. So then our equation would be 0.25 C equals 100. Then the opposite of multiplying is dividing, so we'll divide both sides by 0.25. Therefore, C equals 400. Now, we're going to sub C equals 400 into our first equation because we used the second one before. So our first equation was m plus c equals 500. So we're going to take this, so m plus c equals 500. Then m plus our c was 400. So plus 400 equals 500. Now we need to get m by itself, so we're going to subtract 400 from both sides. So m equals 100. This means therefore you need 100 grams of 25% copper and 400 grams of 50% copper to make 500 grams of 45%